Warning: the following podcast contains violent scenes that may be unsettling to some listeners. Listener discretion is advised.
The sun hangs heavy over the Valley of the Setting Sun. The Valley of the Setting Sun is a Scion 2nd edition game set in Phoenix, Arizona, and starring Craig as Sir Nicholas, Slavek as Jesse, and Mitch as Gary. Join our heroes as they adjust to their new powers and navigate the tangled roots of the Scion community. Will our heroes be able to achieve their destinies, or will their bones be left to dry under the desert sun? You can reach out to us on Twitter at twin_cities_VTM or on Facebook at Twin Cities by Night, where you can find a link to our Discord. So, you all get out of the car. You drive up the mountain path to the party, and as you get closer, you see the clouds get closer and closer. And at one point, you basically you park in a little designated parking area, and the clouds are dangerously close to you. You can at this point you can distinctly see the shapes of the Thunderbirds as they go along, flying through the air. And the thunder and lightning is loud at this point. Even if it doesn't hit the ground, and you still see if it's just the arc through the sky, you can feel it in your bones and stuff. And you quickly you get out of your car and you get closer to the entrance where people are quickly there's a little a lobby area that's closed, and then there's another entrance beyond that. So you all get into the lobby, dressed up in your outfits and stuff. Do you have the cod piece? Nick, do you have the cod piece?
Oh, the cod piece.
Yes. I have to ask.
I think it's still sitting on the towel. I think Nick looked at it with the outfit, and then he's like, I don't think he could justify actually wearing it.
All right.
He probably left it at his home, and he's probably wondering, what the hell am I going to do with this? He doesn't want to offend Gary and reject his gifts, but it's just so out there for him. I don't think he could just wear it out in public yet.
All right. So yeah, you get up to basically all three of you stand in a little line. You see there's people are starting to filter into the building proper. And you see there's a person out there checking invitations, and then you get closer and closer. Then it gets you flash out your emailed invitation. You see the guy looks at it, looks at you, looks at it again, and you see the guy checking it. He looks at first you thought he was just a person, but then you get closer, he looks metal, and almost he's been painted with human skin color paint. But up close you can see the little creaks and the cracks in the paint.
Does it have one of those uncanny valley robot sort of feelings to him?
Only around the eyes. They're more glass than actual eyeball.
Once we get past him, Nick's going to turn to Jesse and say, oh man, that guy gives me the creeps.
And so you get in and you see the noise of the lightning and thunder, it basically drops off dramatically once you get inside. You can still sort of hear it distantly, but it's much more normal. And so you look around and you see just this whole plethora of people going around in various bits of there's people in formal tuxedos. There's people wearing more traditional whatever religion they are clothing. You see a couple of guys just have no shirt on at all. You're pretty sure one guy looks very much Mexican. He's got a little bit of body paint on him. It's got pauldrons and a little a jaguar skin shawl. It's all kinds.
Does this Mexican look familiar?
Yes, actually.
Have I hit on him before?
Basically, yeah. If you go up to how you going to hit up on him?
Well, yeah.
All right, so yeah, you go up and try to hit on him.
I just need to know if I've already tried.
He turns out, you see, it is Francisco.
Oh, beautiful. That's what I was hoping for.
You see,
what's he wearing again?
He's got think those pictures you've seen of Aztec people, but make it a bit more dressy. He's got a sort of the kilt thing that they wear, but also some longer pants to go with it. He's got no shirt on, but he is still painted the reds and the blues. Got the designs on his face, a jaguar skin shawl on his shoulders. They're with little pauldrons that sort of keep it attached.
Well, hello, Francisco. How you doing?
Oh, Father, damn it! How the hell did you get in here?
You know, divine heritage. My
Yeah, but who
my
invited you?
sexy abs. Do I really need an invitation?
Well, obviously you got in, otherwise you wouldn't be allowed.
Who was our host that invited us again?
You know that you got an invitation from Theophania, but she wasn't. She didn't say she was the host. She just said you got an invitation.
So we're like her +3.
Sure, I guess.
Hey, it worked, Jesse.
Hell yeah.
And actually, speaking of Theophania, you see her come up to you. So you see, like, before she probably like kept herself a bit unkempt, like, like her hair's like a couple days without washing. Her clothes were like you can see the wrinkles in them, but now you can clearly see that she is, actually, like prepared herself for the event, and it definitely tell because like your eye is almost literally drawn to her if you look at her in her direction. And then she goes, "Yes, thank you. I'm glad you guys can make it. Especially you, Nick. I noticed you took quite a few hits the other day."
Yeah, I'm shrugging them off.
Good.
Just
good.
we're very thankful for your group crisis mediation the other day. Yeah, Mom says thanks for that.
Yes, and
Great thing about Nick, he's got a lot more stamina than you would realize. He really knows how to stick to it. He's a great guy. Just go for hours in the toughest of scenarios. Some really demanding workouts to get into his physical condition,
And at that point, you hear from behind you, Gary. You hear a voice say, "Oh, Theophania, you didn't tell me you knew such interesting people." And then you see Theophania. Her face just drops a bit, and it's almost this like, "Hello, mother." And then you turn and you see two women actually standing there, and basically all three of you. Before you say like your eye was drawn to Theophania just on its own. These women, it's hard to look away from them.
Yeah, I was about to ask, do we have to roll to not just stand there forever?
I'll say that when it's time to leave, you will have to roll for that. But for now, you just like it's like I said, it's once you look at them, you don't look away. So you see you see one woman. I'll say like each one of you see them look slightly different, but both of them look completely very attractive to you. So one on the left, she gives off the impression of like a 20-something. She's like got on her phone, sort of like texting away on it. She's got like a white dress on. She's got a little handbag. Her hair's all done up fancy. And she just sort of like looks at you. She like praising you. The woman on the right, she gives off the impression of being like older, like maybe it's like 30 something. Like you cannot put an age on this woman for your life. Like it's just impossible.
Well, you don't ask a woman's age, especially when she's a demigod.
And then you see Theophania sort of go up to them, and she like gestures like, "So guys, this is my mother." She gestures to one on the right, Aphrodite Urania. And then she goes to the one on the left. "This is also my mother, Aphrodite Pandemos." It's complicated,
Ladies, it's a pleasure. And Gary will kiss both of their hands.
And you definitely see Pandemos, the younger Aphrodite. She definitely looks at you and is like, "Oh, God, it sucks that I can't do anything at this party, but..." So listen, she like just takes her hand, she just scrawls her number on it. It's like, "So I totally know what you're after, okay? I can see it written all over your face." And she leans into whisper, "Totally okay with it. But I can't do it here, I'm afraid. I promised a good friend that I would be on my best behavior, and that includes not going off on my own with some company at this party."
Nick is just kind of standing there with his mouth open, not saying anything. He occasionally will close his mouth or blink, but that's about all the interaction he's able to make.
So yeah, Pandemos, she like basically whispers something to Gary that Gary, you've seen a lot of stuff, but what she just whispers to you, it knocks your socks off. Then she just walks off to go deeper into the party.
Gary's gonna pass her his card before she makes her exit.
She wrote down her number on your hand.
Oh, beautiful.
And so then you see Theophania sort of like look at the departing Aphrodite with less like a, "Oh God, just kill me now" look on her face. And then she like, "So yes, this is the one who gave birth to me, mother, Aphrodite Urania."
Nick is still watching the other one.
At that point, Urania just sort of like taps you on the shoulders, like, "I understand. Completely. Don't worry about it." And then your trance sort of snaps.
Does it then fix upon her in like a very similar fashion?
It like for a moment it does, but then like you see like she's like deliberately like dials it back.
Okay, but she touched me.
Yeah, just like tapped you on the shoulders slightly.
Lover's intuition. Who does a character want to be romantically involved with?
I'll just say you just sort of like your brain glitches because it cannot process the information it's you're being given.
Sorry, I had to.
Because like you sort of like you almost catch a glimpse of like beneath her skin. Like you see the woman before you, but then like once you do the love and intuition, like for a split second, you almost catch a glimpse of something beneath the skin, like something way more. But then just the next second, it just stops, and you're just sort of left woozy because there was a whole bunch of names in there that just sort of like clogged your brain for a second.
So it's like scrolling through Gary's messages.
Even more than that.
Oh.
Like, it's almost painful to like try to parse through all that information.
I look down and then I look over to Gary and I said, then I'll say, I'm like, do you know where the bathroom is?
All right.
Gary will just shrug. I just got here.
All right. So you'll find she points you towards the direction. So please come join me at my table. It's over here. Oh. And so yeah, once you all sit down, Nick goes off to the bathroom to splash some water on his face. They sit down at the table. So like Theophania says, so I was actually just talking to my mother about the mediating I had to do yesterday, and she how it was all thanks to Jesse over there.
Yeah.
And so you see Aphrodite turn to you, and Jesse, you definitely feel like you're being scrutinized a lot under that gaze.
Jesse scowls a bit and returns the gaze.
I was just going to say, give me a let's see, give me a composure plus, I'd say intimidation to see if you could actually keep eye contact with her.
Alrighty. All right, 3 successes.
All right, that's enough. You managed to hold her, to meet her gaze without flinching back. And you definitely tell you wanted to flinch back from that gaze, but then you meet her gaze. And then she apparently she nods a little bit and she's like, you have some strength of will, I see. Not bad.
Not just will.
So tell me, I'm curious. How long did you know your mother was a frost giant?
Jesse starts counting months on his fingers. So about a couple months.
Huh. Well, I must say, I always thought it was a bit over-reactionary when they banned the Acer from the Valley. But I wasn't around at the time, so it wasn't really my decision. Anyway, I understand that you organized a fight club, essentially.
Yeah. Old Nick here also fought pretty well, I'd say. Got out of a big debt.
I must say, I am closely connected with Ares, so if you do ever are interested, and I know he has a series of much more professional and organized things, so if you are interested, I could arrange a meeting.
I'm listening.
So yeah, she basically starts going on to to get you to invest you in a Fight Club franchise, I guess.
All right, Jesse's very happy to indulge her. But as long as it's not like the organized, clean fights, but like a sort of more messier version with personal vendettas and everything being solved there, and a lot of emotional drama. And it's like reality TV, but it's real. And even
all right,
more,
so yeah,
even pettier because it's gods involved.
So yeah, a waiter eventually comes up to you and basically asks you if you wanted any refreshments or anything.
Nick's going to try to remember the name of that fancy drink that he got for the Fey Lady and Simon and try to order that.
All right, so yeah, she writes it down. And Jesse, she sort of looks familiar to you in some way.
We met before?
No, I don't believe we have.
Are you sure?
The waiter, she starts looking a bit nervous when you start saying no, I don't have it. I would recall meeting someone of your stature before.
I don't really have that much of a stature, but I think we met somewhere. Come on.
No, I'm willing. I'm pretty sure we have never met.
Gary's
Gary,
going to lean in to Sir Nick. You should get a fuzzy navel.
I think what I got was better. It's way better. Trust me. The Fae even say so. And it was really tasty. And it was expensive.
No, really. I think we've met before.
Gary's going to look at this waitress. Do I recall meeting her or seeing her at any point?
I'll say, give me an intellect, and I guess empathy would be the best one.
All right.
By God, Gary, if you met Jesse's sister, you would break every bone in your body and then break your broken bones. And then break those bones into more pieces, and then those pieces into more pieces.
No successes.
All right, make sure to mark that momentum. So, yeah, you're not sure. Like, you definitely agree with Jesse that there is something vaguely familiar about her, but you have no idea what.
You know, I think Jesse's right. I think we have met you. I just can't put my finger on it. I don't know, Nick. What do you think?
Give me the same roll if you want, Nick.
Alrighty.
0 again.
Nope. Just can't put my finger on it.
But yeah, definitely all of you, by this point, all of you're just like sort of staring at the poor waitress, and she's just like, she is clearly, uncomfortable with the amount of attention you guys are giving her. So I'll be back with your drinks, sirs. Goodbye.
But I haven't gotten an order in yet.
Wait. Before you go, what's your number?
And so, yeah, she like, nervously, like, lets Jesse order, and then she like, stammers out. I'm sorry, against policy to.
Don't worry, I'm not going to tell. You ever been with a demigod before?
She is clearly she blushes a bit, but then she's like, I thank you for the. I'm flattered, but I'm sorry. I have to be working. Sorry.
That's okay. I can wait until you're done.
And then she just walks off, and then you see Urania.
I'm pretty sure that constitutes sexual harassment.
And then you see Urania.
Not her boss.
That definitely would count. Unfortunately, she was somewhat receptive to it, but for some reason, her uncomfort was way more that it wasn't to do with your attention, with your romantic interest. That wasn't the issue. Interesting.
Okay, so you obviously know more about it. Could you tell us?
Well, I'm sorry. I can read people very easily, and she was gladdened by the romantic attention, but she was nervous, but that wasn't the cause of it. So, I don't know. I try not to get too personal about this sort of stuff.
She was intimidated by your
Jesse.
She was intimidated by your spear. Huh?
But it's so small now.
Yeah, but it's a grower. It's a grower.
It's a grower, and you see Jesse just sort of pointing the spear at Gary playfully.
Yeah, and you see, of course, you see Theophania over sitting across the table. It's just like, and this is why I sometimes don't hesitate about mentioning you guys.
Well, but when it comes down to it, we get the job done.
I'm not denying that. I'm just saying the route you take doing the job. Ugh.
There's nothing wrong with a little panache.
And violence. Lots and lots of violence.
Jesse, we refer to that as flair or panache or style. Please, marketing.
So you all sort of, get into your stuff, and you see two more people come up and approach your table. You see it's an Indian-looking woman, and you see like a big, like 6 foot something man who's like dressed like in a bodyguard-ish. Then you see Urania basically turns like, "Carly, I didn't expect to see you here." And then you see the woman's like, "Yes, I thought about it, and I felt it would be good. I just, my boy here," she gestures to the bodyguard. He's very shy, and I tried to get him out of the house, but so we had to compromise. He would come here, act as my bodyguard, and I would leave the house to join her. So he just does not socialize enough. Dude, don't you just hate how your children, that you want what's best for them, but they just refuse because they think they know better, and then they start sort of like talking like they talk about motherhood of being mothers of demigods, as Theophania just sort of like shrinks in on herself again, just like, I'm going to go get a drink faster than this. And she goes up and leaves.
Yeah, Nick's gonna sit there incredibly uncomfortable with because he has like these beautiful moms around him, and he already has mother issues.
So yeah, at some point you see Aphrodite sort of,
Is
she
Nick
gets
into MILFs?
I'll say this: you see, why is you're making me go down these roads of thought that I did not think I would ever do this when I started doing this game. I'll say that Aphrodite is deliberately giving off those vibes, and Kali she is giving off motherly vibes, but it's less Aphrodite and more just I'm the mother, I know I'm in charge type of vibe.
Oh, I was just trying to make a callback of the first time Nick met his real mom and thinking that she was hot. And this is what happened.
I think Gary just had a moment of realization. He's just going to be sitting there on the couch with a look of on his face.
So yeah, at some point, Aphrodite gets up and walks away. She mentions that she's going to hunt down Theophania, and so actually, as you notice the bodyguard. He looks distinctly uncomfortable. He's like his arms up. He's like his shoulders are bunched up. He's like looking around. Even though he's got sunglasses on, you definitely tell like he looks uncomfortable.
Nick's going to kind of like kick out one of the chairs and say, "Why don't you have a seat for a bit there?"
Thank you. Yes, and you hear his voice. It sounds deep, but there's a kind of a tone to it that sort of reminds you of something. You're not sure what. So then, Kali, she turns to you and she says, "You're the newcomers. I see. I haven't seen you here before."
Yeah, we're new. We're new to the area, or not new to the area, but new to this existence.
It is always a shock, isn't it, when you mortals discover your heritage if you haven't already known it?
Yeah, very few things are shocking us lately now. We just kind of learned to take all the audacity and ridiculousness in tow and just go with it. It's way easier that way.
I see. That is definitely true. Don't be too nervous. I am let me see what the name is again. I am Dakshina Kali. I am not the Kali that will just kill you for looking at her. I'm not that kind. She is over, I think, in San Francisco, I want to say.
Well, that's very convenient for us. Very pleased to meet you.
Yes.
I'm Sir Nicholas, and these are Jesse and, well, I'm sure you heard Gary already.
Yes. So I'm curious, how are you finding the party so far?
A bit overwhelming, to be honest.
Oh, that can be a thing, I find.
But it's probably has more to do with like the other guests and getting used to that sort of thing. And he looks back at where Theophania's other mom is and says, and some just don't know how to turn it off.
Oh, believe me, she can, but she just chooses not to.
And like Nick is trying to like continue the conversation, but then he looked again. So now.
So yeah, give me a composure / I'd say empathy to see if you can like really tear your eyes or integrity to tear your eyes away from Aphrodite and Demos. One success.
So if I can, it's going to be with great difficulty.
So yeah, you literally almost hurts to turn your head away from her, but you managed to do it.
Yeah, and when I'm looking back at Kali, Nick's face is kind of like looking remorseful that he had to, but yeah. So who is our illustrious host here?
Oh, I don't know exactly. I think it was a group of people heroes got together at some point in the past and decided to make it a formal get together or something. So I don't know. I don't think there is any one person hosting it exactly. I think it's become more of a community, I guess, tradition.
I guess that makes sense, but someone must own the house, unless it's like some sort of co-op.
Oh, owns the house. I don't know who does that, honestly. That is not a question that ever interested me.
I mean, we got our invite through Ms. Jones over there, but I'm sure there's like some sort of originator of all this. I'm
sure there is. You see, like she turns to the bodyguard. Sir, could you please hand me my handbag? And you see like the bodyguard. He like reaches around for something, but he doesn't find it. I can't find it, ma'am. And you see Kali's face just drop for a second, like way more than it should. Like, what? What do you mean you don't have the bag?
Gary's going to turn to Nick. I think this is the part where she starts murdering people.
Yeah, let's watch. And Nick kind of goes down and kind of watches the interaction with.
And
interest.
so you give me a intellect plus culture roll to see if you can sort of try to get the gauge what the proper Kali reaction would be. All of you can do this, by the way.
An intellect what roll?
Intellect plus culture.
Culture.
Totally
0
got 4
successes for Gary.
Nick got 4.
All right, so two failures and 1 success. So Nick, you know basically how Kali should react to that. She should be like, get irritated, and maybe a couple of arms should come out, and maybe she should, kill somebody just by ripping them in half with her bare hands. But that's not what's happening. Instead, her face, she looks nervous, and pretty much this, like, Kali is not a goddess who has ever really been noted to get nervous at all. Like those two things don't mix.
So Nick's going to like just be absentmindedly playing with the hilt on his sword, and he's gonna look and says, "So, when are you planning to make your move then, Loki?"
At that point, you see the Kali look at you and just like. You see the face, the shock, like you immediately wiped out the face, and back the previously the motherly look comes right back, but you can definitely tell like there's still nervousness. I'm sorry, I don't understand what you mean.
So Nick sort of did that as like just like a test for shock sort of thing. Is there some sort of like way I can like read into that?
How do you mean? Like, you want to, like...
Is it actually Loki, or is, like, Kali just, like, way off her game?
I'll definitely say that... I'll give you this for free. You don't have to make it... Yeah, it definitely says that the evidence is leaning more towards it being Loki than Kali being off her game, because basically, like, especially with someone like Kali is for the Deva, speaking something outside of what they're supposed to be, that'd be, like... it'd be, like, totally... uncharacteristic, and there'd be something even more. There's something like either it's Loki or there's something very wrong with Kali.
Nick's gonna like make eye contact with Jesse, then Gary, and then look over to Astra and say, "Asterios, you in there?"
Gary is gonna use his knack, keen-eyed predator.
Okay, 1 second. So when Nick says, "Is that you, Asterios?" You see Astra. He looks at you in response to the name, and you see he starts to like speak, but then he like looks back to Kali and just like shuts up. And so yeah, keen-eyed predator. What were you trying to do, Gary?
Who is the biggest threat present in the room?
Okay, so for when you do that at first, it's almost like your internal compass, it goes haywire for a second because there's so many supernatural people in the area. There's whole kinds of things that could be dangerous to you in a bit. But then eventually, like it's sort of like the dial sort of like straightens, and it's not pointing towards anyone there. It's pointing towards somewhere out, like deeper into the crowd beyond just eyesight.
Gary's gonna text his guys, and he's gonna tell them to hurry.
So yeah, you see Astra sort of, he seems like he's shrinking on himself as, he starts to like he gets down on the ground, starts looking around for like the handbag.
Yeah, Nick's kind of just like watching with keen interest, trying to like gauge for either Kali to make some sort of like another obvious mistake, or just like wait for her to either erupt with many arms into action, or for Loki to give up the goose.
Ghost.
Sorry?
Give up the ghost, you mean?
Okay.
Or whatever. give up the goose. It could be a saying in Scion. Who knows?
Give up the golden goose.
And at some you see Kali. She joins Asterios. Astra. Whatever. It's up the tongue there. She joins Astra and looking around. Then she like looks at you guys like, okay, guys. You see like the face like. She looks around and she like does like the face, like the hand in front of the face thing. Like the face turns is like the one you saw like way back at the beginning of the series. It looks like the Minerva face you saw earlier, and then like it goes back to Kali. Guys, okay. So listen.
I knew it.
Sudden urge to stab.
Come on, look, we're like family, right? So listen.
Gary's just going to quietly text his dad and say, "Hey, Dad, guess who's at this party?"
guys, listen. Right? It ain't about me right now, okay? So it ain't right about me. So I admit I came here to do some things for fun, yes, but the knife, it's gone. I put the case made into like a little handbag thing. It's gone.
Or is it?
I wouldn't be talking to you if I knew.
Unless it's part of your plan.
I'm not that good a planner.
Yeah, like Nicholas is really scrutinizing him. He has 4 dots in empathy with a specialty in spotting bullshit.
So yeah, for this one, I'll give me a roll for that. Actually, yeah, give me a cunning plus empathy.
So it says 4, but my specialty, would it make it 5 then?
I think that's yes.
Yeah, it works like they work as enhancements, I think.
Yeah. So yeah, you definitely tell, like, you see like this is Loki being genuine with you, and they are scared right now.
Fuck, Jesse. I think this might be legit.
All right, I'll listen to you. But just because you made my mom laugh that one time.
Oh, it was way more than just that one time. Trust me. But anyway.
You know, the goat dragging you by your balls.
Why do always everyone have to keep the ball? Anyway, that's not important. Listen, I had a small handbag that has a knife. I turned the case with the knife into a little handbag thing, and so I was going to come here and, maybe cut some hair here and there, rile stuff up, cause some fights, and then watch back the chaos. But now I don't have the knife anymore, and I don't know who has it.
Where was it when you lost it? Where was the last place you saw it? Nick trying to remember all the things like his adopted mother would say.
And so, this is why the family can't take you anywhere.
Has your dad told you all the stuff about how all the stuff is my fault? Please, come on, Odin. He is way worse than me. He actually plans shit. And his stuff usually ends up with someone being dead, all in the sake for his preventing Ragnarok stuff. I mean, come on, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen, all right?
So you're saying he plans ahead and doesn't make mistakes like losing the critical item he needs.
Nick's going to look around and see if anyone's staring out at us.
So, yeah, you don't notice anything. You don't notice anyone staring at you. And basically, Loki says, so I had the Minotaur have it at one point, but I don't know what point he lost it. And then, Asterios, clearly the voice comes through clear now. The voice has been like deepened to sound more adult, but it definitely the way he speaks is definitely Asterios. I don't know. I had it when we came in. I guess I must have lost it when we were walking through the crowd at some point. And so as you're saying that, at one point you see the waiter come back to you with like your drinks on a tray, and then she basically said, like, without trying to offend you, she basically like puts the drink on the table and like walks away as fast as she can.
By the way, have you ever seen her before?
Yeah, you see Asterio says, yeah, I might have like bumped into her at one point or something. I don't know.
What do you mean bumped into her? Where?
Well, we were walking through the crowd at one point, and I was making I'm trying not to bump into anybody because I don't want to make anyone mad. And then
Which crowd? Where?
He like points back into the general direction, and then like she bumped into me at one point. We separated. I apologized to her, but then she apologized to me, which is odd. And so then I just caught up to Kali here, and then we met you guys.
All right, great. So how'd you lose the fucking knife? Oh, maybe she has the knife. Wait, she bumped into you? Did you have the knife when she bumped into you?
I think I did. I think I did. Maybe I don't know. I wasn't paying attention to it. I mean, I knew I had it when we came in and stuff, and then I don't know.
Jesse's gonna follow her.
The waitress.
Yep. Yeah, Gary's gonna get up and follow her too. Except, unlike Jesse, Gary's actively gonna try to get her attention. Miss, I need to correct my order.
Nick's going to stay back and make sure Loki and Asterios don't leave and go off and do something rash.
So yeah, you see the waitress. She like looks at you, and then you clearly see like Jesse and Nick. Jesse and Gary. You see like she looks. She's clearly starting to sweat a bit as she looks at you. And that's yes, sir.
Sorry, I completely screwed up my order. I really need your number. And Gary's going to quietly motion for Jesse to get around behind her.
And Jesse does just that.
And if you could just give me, read back our orders to us, because I'm pretty sure I ordered the wrong thing.
Okay. Then she like reaches like into like little pouch of waters and say like brings. Okay, so I think you had the frozen navel. You had the complicated fancy drink that Nick ordered, and then what did Jesse order?
I assume he ordered some beer and a double shot of vodka.
So yeah, so like list off the orders and like is that all correct, sir?
Okay, so see here, no, that's not correct. So the fuzzy navel was for my friend Nick. The fancy fruity drink, sure, he can have that too. For myself, I want a shiny knife. Does she react at all when I say the word shiny knife?
She looks confused for a second, then she's like, "Oh, I don't know what you're talking about, sir. I don't know, sir." And then both of you can give me a cunning plus empathy roll to see if she's lying.
2 successes and
4 successes.
So yeah, they can definitely tell she is a little bit confused about the knife thing, but she is definitely lying about not knowing what the hell you're talking about.
I think it was in a satchel. And that's when Jesse says from behind her.
At that point, you see like she flinches at that, and she's like, "Look, okay, I didn't know there was anything special in there or something. I was paid, all right. Some woman, she paid me to get her the little bag. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't want to. I got bills to pay, all right. You know."
Yeah, I do. I mean, you've essentially stolen an artifact that can kill gods and give to some complete unknown stranger. But yeah, we get it. Totally sensible.
What?
Happens to everyone.
A knife killed God? What? And then you see, she looks desperately. She looks pale at that. I thought.
What are we gonna do with you?
Please don't kill me. I'm sorry. Please don't kill me.
What? No, obviously not. You still have to help us find the fucking knife.
I can tell you who paid me to do it. It was some woman with brown hair. She said her name was some. What the hell was her name? Let me take a note again. I forget what her name is.
Brown hair. Is she European? Is she Mexican?
I think she said something about how her brother had left something and she had to get it back from someone else.
Brother.
What did he lose by chance? Was it a spear, possibly?
I don't. She just told me to get the bag. Okay.
Is she still here?
I think she is.
You're gonna find her with us, and then we'll decide whether
Rachel. Her name was Rachel. That's what she says. Her name was Rachel DeLewis. That was what her name was.
Gary's gonna turn towards Jormungandr. Jormungandr, how hungry are you?
Wait, Rachel DeLewis was the chick that died with the briefcase.
Actually, I'll just let you guys know that if you recall that. It was actually Rachel DeLewis. Her brother was the one who died at Nick's castle all the way back at the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sat up. I sat up in the hospital with them until she showed up.
You think they're part of that anti-deity organization thing?
Well, I don't know. Okay, I don't know.
Wait, I'm not asking you. Obviously, I'm asking the snake.
The snake talks. Cool. So yeah, at that you see like going under. He sort of pokes his head out from underneath. Jesse's collar, and she's like, "Could be, boss. I mean, it definitely sounds like. Like they wanted to buy the knife in the first place, so they had to know about its existence."
You know, she should be easy to get a hold of. We could always just call her and say that we found some of her brother's shit at Nick's house.
But you also say, like, yeah, I think she's still here, says the waitress.
Well, she's just a mundane, right? So she shouldn't be able to cloak herself unless she has some artifact or something.
All right, well,
Let's
you guys
go find her. Let's split up.
Faith and belief in a greater power, or even a pantheon, is a theme in many of our games. Sometimes faith has a darker side. If you like this aspect of gaming, consider checking out our more fiendish story arcs: Inferno, Temptation, War is on Fire, and Demon, the Fallen Fragments.